Okay, thank you very much for coming. I'm talking about Switzerland today, not so much about the history because it's too long otherwise. So I prepared a PowerPoint presentation mainly just about pictures and tell you a little bit about it. So it's all good pictures, but I want you to listen as well to what I have to say because at the end of the presentation I prepared a little questionnaire and there's just little goodies here to win or not to win. It will be to Swedes because the airline ticket is mine. So no airline ticket to Switzerland for you guys. Sorry, you go anyway, so it's all good. Good. Before we start, I just want to ask you a question. What do you reckon, how many times does Switzerland fit into Australia?
112.
35.
130.
80.
130.
Okay, Tony, you're the closest. It's actually 188 times.
Oh, wow.
The next Switzerland was that big.
So it is around like 400 kilometers from one end to the other when you drive it. So it's from here to Townsville, basically. Yeah. Obviously, I brought some stuff with me today. I could have brought much more. Over the years, people sent me like coffee cups and socks, and I have about 20 t-shirts. What?
No, yeah, that good friend, just, yeah, chocolates are good.
Okay, please help
Oh,
yourself.
thanks, friend.
Yeah. Just a little bit before we start with the pictures, I'm going to give you a political map so you see a bit
Thank you all.
what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, if it's have to turn it around and one for you. So here we have the language map of Switzerland. I'm not sure if you're aware, Switzerland, the Swiss people, not all of them, speak 4 languages, but most of them they do German and French, not so much Italian and not so much Romansh. So French is mainly spoken in the western part of Switzerland, German through the middle part into the east, and Italian in the south, and the little red dots there, that is language called Romansh, and that is a language in between sort of Italian and not really sure. It sounds really Italian. Very beautiful language. If you maybe have heard Nick in Yangabara talking. So Nick is coming from the red dotted part there, most eastern part of Switzerland. So the boundaries overlap a bit with the language around the French and German speaking part. So where I'm from is basically just where the lake is here, a bit further maybe this, where people speak French and German. Some people, I don't. I never really liked the French language, so I preferred English. The political map I've already given you. You see that Switzerland has 26 cantons. So the cantons are basically like what it is in Australia with the state, but everything is just really much smaller. Each canton has a different dialect. So even when you speak Swiss German in the dialect, like I, for example, come from here and can't understand the people from Valais, from the green part there. They almost sing when they talk in their Swiss German accent. Not yodeling, no. No, but yeah, nearly. the way Switzerland is organized is pretty much like in Australia with the states. So everything that falls under the federal government is like the armed forces, the currency, the the postal service, immigration and emigration, and conducting foreign relations with other states, civil and criminal law, all that is federal. And then we have the 26 little cantons, and they all have their own sort of rules and regulations, and yeah, we call it a little bit like this is the, I can't even explain it in an English word. It's just sometimes very difficult, especially if you grow up in a language border where you maybe go to school in a different canton from where you grew up. So different school holidays, different types of school holidays even. So yeah, it's an interesting little country. We have 5 countries bordering to Switzerland. So we have France on the northwest. We have Italy in the southeast, Austria in the east, Germany up northeast there. And there was one missing, and that's that little one, which doesn't show, which is just here. Here actually. Does anybody know what the? Oh, you have it on the map. It's
Yeah.
Liechtenstein. Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, its own little country. So now the next slide, it just shows you a few photos of the region where I grew up, and it's called Lakeland, and you see the 3 lakes here, and so that's basically what it. When you see the picture with the bridge, that's just where I used to live, maybe just 150 meters away from the bridge there, right on the river. That is the River Aare there. What we have in Lakeland is fairly flat, so it's very friendly for bikers. So you cycle around the lakes. It's about the smaller lake, 50 k's or so, which I've done quite a few times. It's very beautiful. If you can't make it around the lake, you just can put the bike on the boat and come back by boat. So
I'll like that.
it's fairly easy going. Has a lot of vegetable planting in that region, and a lot of vineyards as well. So
What's the lake called again?
there's Lake Bourdain, there's Lake Biel, and there's Lake Neuenburg or Neuchâtel in French. They're the 3 lakes there. Yeah. And the River Aare is coming out of Lake Biel and then goes past all the way to Solothurn, and further down to Olten, basically through to Switzerland, where you can go swimming, boating. It's cold, but it's beautiful.
Maybe in August, not in London.
Oh, well, it's still be cold in August now.
From here we go further west to Lake Geneva region. So Tony's going to Montreux, you said?
Yeah, well, and Lucerne, and also we're going to Geneva for the day.
That's at the lakefront at Montreux.
Yeah, we're going to the Cerne.
Yeah. Again, lots of vineyards. Geneva is the city where the UN is housed, and also where the Red Cross is housed. And Montreux is mainly just shopping and have a look around lake. There is a train you can take from Montreux up through the vineyards, where you have a view all over the mountains and the lake. On a clear day, obviously, France is straight over there, so the French border. And very famous for the wine, that region too, white wine in particular. So and then we go to the heart of Switzerland, which is Lucerne. Lucerne, that's actually around Lucerne, at a place called Rütli. That's where Switzerland was basically founded. There was these 3 cantons. There was, you can have a look on the map, so you know what I'm talking about. It's Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden, and they came together at that place called Rütli, where they were building like an alliance, and from then on Switzerland started to build through that alliance. There were more cantons and more cantons building up to the latest, that was Canton Jura, that came in 1982 or so, was the last one that split from Bern and became the, its own canton. So a lot of mountains, a lot of lakes, so a lot of hiking.
A lot of train trips up there.
Yeah, train trips, gondolas, a lot to see around Lucerne. One of the most famous thing to see in Lucerne is for sure the bridge with the water tower, and then if you heard the Wilhelm Tell story, that's the guy with the boy and the apple, so you probably all heard about that, so you see that in Lucerne as well. Here we go, Lake Constance region. That's where Debbie goes. That is Lake Constance. We call it in German Bodensee. So for us that is more broader. The German word is more broader than actually Lake Constance, because Constance is a town on the lake. So there's this little island there, mainly it's really famous for flower shows, and as you said, Debbie, you go to see opera.
We're going to Austria, going around the other side of Lake Constance into
Bregenz, you said, yeah.
See the opera
Yeah.
on the lake.
So going to see the opera on the lake, again, one side is German. It's like in Geneva, one side is French, the other side is Swiss. Here, one side is Swiss, the other one is German. The island is actually German. So, and you access this by boat over to Germany, so you should always have ID. I mean, you should have. So we went to Germany when last time we were over there. We didn't even bring the passport or anything. So the borders are open over there, pretty much. Yeah.
Germans are always friendly.
Germans always very friendly. Yeah, you're right there. So you must have German friends then. This is one of my favorite cantons, that's Graubünden. So it's the biggest canton, the most eastern part. And to summarize it, it's just plain beautiful. So I don't know if you've heard about it, like the famous places like St. Moritz or Davos, where the World Economic Forum is normally. Those are all mainly winter places, very famous for skiing, but this place here is very beautiful for hiking as well. And really to describe it in colors, it's just magic, and it's like red for the train, yellow for the coastal buses, blue for has 615 lakes, green for the forests and the pastures. It has golden brown for the trees, especially in autumn, and grey for the castles and rock, and obviously white for the snow and the ice in winter. So very diverse canton, very, very beautiful. And housed in Graubünden is also the Swiss National Park, which was actually the first national park that opened in the Alps. And that was, now I have to quickly check my notes because I don't know off my head anymore. So it was in 2014, 100 years old, and was founded by 3 guys. They were real nature lovers, founded that, and now it is, when you go there, very, very strict. You can only walk on the path, and there's always rangers there. So, but it is like this. I've been there. It is really like the animals we've seen and all that's absolutely beautiful. And now we just have a quick break and we go to the traditional sports in Switzerland. So Switzerland is a very sporty country, but it has also its own sports. We are absolutely hideous, to put it that way, which I don't even understand most.